everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it is time for Saturday with Stacey YouTube class number 272. We have product from Sizzix and Hampton Art and Rinea and Simply Defined. I think we have a really fun YouTube for you today, showing you how to do some things that you may not know how to do using product that you may not have seen before. But before I get started, I do need to bring up that today is November 8th, 2018. And last night in a community that is not very far from where we are, maybe about an hour away in Thousand Oaks, California, there was a horrible, senseless, unbelievable act that happened. There was a shooting at a family-friendly location where college kids were doing line dancing. And unfortunately, 12 people lost their life due to one person taking those lives. Now, Scrapbooking Made Simple is about an hour away from Thousand Oaks. And we have a lot of customers that come from Thousand Oaks to see us. And we need to let them know that we are thinking about them and we are praying for them, and we stand beside you, and if you need us, we'll stand behind you and help you up, because this has been a horrible, terrible tragedy. The worst nightmare for many has come true. Their children who were attending college are not coming home. I don't understand that, and my brain really can't rack around that. It really just can't. We have staff who have family who live literally right down the street from where this shooting happened. We have SMS staff that have kids who attend colleges that were surrounding and affected by this. It doesn't just stop at Thousand Oaks. It reaches so much further. So I was trying to think, what is it that we can do to help it? You know, how is it that a scrapbooking store can help a community that is in such disbelief and shock and grief? And the thing is, this isn't about gun control, whether we should have gun control, whether we shouldn't have gun control. I don't know what the answer is. I know, though, that what happened last night was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong on so many levels, and it will change people for the rest of their life. So what can a scrapbooking store do to help? Well, the only thing I could come up with was to donate money to the victims that will have to endure this for a very, very long time. So I thought, okay, well, I didn't talk to the manufacturers before all of this happened, so I'm not going to speak for them, but I am going to speak for Scrapbooking Made Simple. And we are a mom and pop company, and maybe that's why it affects me so much, because I know who lives in these neighborhoods in Thousand Oaks. I know them. I see them in my store. So I decided that for this YouTube, I will donate a portion of the profits, my profits, the store's profits, to the victims. I can do that. We can do that. It's got to help. Something's got to help. A little is better than nothing. And if it allows one person to find counseling for the grief that they're going through, or it helps cover one funeral, it's a really small price to pay. Giving up some of our money. I can do that. So, this is going to be a good YouTube, and I'll pull it together. I really promise you that. And I know that many of you have had your own mass shootings in your own neighborhoods. And I'm trying to understand why this is happening, and I struggle. And I'm sure many of you struggle too. So the only thing that we can do is pull ourselves together and try to do better. try to do better. And that's what I'm going to do. So, again, because I didn't get to talk to the manufacturers before I did this YouTube, from the SMS profits, if you buy something from SMS during this week, I am going to donate a portion of that to the victims' funds for whatever it is they need. Because really what they need is their children back, or their husband back. What they need is what they had before they went to bed last night. I can't give them that, but we can try and help. All right, so today I am going to bring to you Sizzix, and I've got their Impresslits, and I think you're going to love them. They're very much a cut and emboss folder, and like the Do Crafts, only in the Sizzix style. And I've got new product from Hampton Arts, and I've got product from Rinea. But first, of course, we have winter chicken dinner to talk about. So let me get on to that, because we need to turn our frown upside down, and we need to send a positive message that we are not going to be defeated, and they are not going to win, whomever they are. You can't take away my joy. You can't take away my happiness. You can't take away the things. If I don't let you take them, then you can't have them. And crafting is part of my joy, and scrapbooking made simple is my happiness. And I will not let this person who caused this to define who or what we are. We're better than that, and we will do better than that. So we have winter chicken dinner to talk about. And I can pronounce both names. Right there, it's a happy day. Now, what was the winter chicken dinner? It was from YouTube number 271, and it was those amazing Marabou fashion sprays that Marabou Michael let us have at a flash sale introductory price to bring to you, so you could play and try and see how much you love the Marabou product. We also had some of the Do Craft stuff with it as well, all of those wonderful wooden pieces that painted up so beautifully. And do you want to hear if you're a winter chicken dinner? Well, if your name is Joyce Underwood, hello Joyce, wahoo kachoo. There you are, girlfriend. You are a winter chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and yes, you're a winner chicken dinner. You're a winner, but you're not alone. Who else is a winter chicken dinner with you? How about Joan Sprague? Hello, Joan Sprague. How are you doing today? I'm hoping that your day is going just simply wonderful, right? So Joan, you're a winner chicken dinner. You're a winner chicken dinner. What are we going to do for 2019? I've got to vary it up a little bit. I have no idea what we're going to do. All right, so Joan and Joyce, what are you going to do to claim your prize? Easy peasy. You're going to go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. You're going to look for the link that says winter chicken dinner. You're going to click it, follow the directions. We will indeed confirm that you are our winter chicken dinner, and then get your prize right out to you. Updates, like I said, Spellbinders, I said it earlier, the Spellbinders warehouse sale has been completely done and pulled, and almost every order has shipped. You should have it. Wahoo kachoo. National Scrapbooking Day. Every order has been pulled and is being shipped. Wahoo kachoo. We have started the anniversary sale, and some of those orders are going out on top of our everyday orders, which you are getting within the standard shipping time frame. I mean, for the most part, there's a few internationals that have to wait for something, but for the most part, we're getting them out to you just as quickly as we can, and we're meeting our timeline, so I'm a happy girl. All right, you guys, I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to tilt down for today and show you the in-store make and take that's going on right now. And then we're going to start with the Sizzix Impresslits. And I do think that they're going to impress you. I think that you're going to love what we do with them. We're going to start very simple, and then we're going to get a little more difficult. They're made for everybody. If you've got a die cutting machine, whether it be a big kick or a big shot or a platinum spellbinders or a crafter's companion, what machine do you have? Because you're going to be able to use it with these Impresslits. And again, we'll start easy and I'll show you what it is, how they work, and then we'll expand on to there. And for all of you that do decide to make a purchase, when we send the funds off, then we will make sure that you know exactly. I will let you know how much we donated, and a big thank you from us to you for supporting a community that is just dear to our hearts and down the street. So, all right, I'm gonna tilt on down. We're gonna get started for today, and it's good to see you. Down we go. And tilt on in, and down, and a little bit more maybe. What do you think? Does that look pretty good? I'm gonna give it a wahoo ka-choo. And grab a quick drink. Okay, what do we have for you today? How cute is that? I know, darling, right? We have got the most adorable little shaker card. And I just love, love, love it. It's done with a Sizzix Impresslits cut and emboss embossing folder. Now they don't call it cut and emboss, but that's what it is. They've got their cute little name for it, but aren't they just darling? So everybody downstairs is making one of these right now. And we've backed it. We've done the top with my magic paper. We've backed it with the Rinea paper. And then we've got the Hampton Arts little sequins going on in there. And wait till you see their new sequins. Oh my goodness. And we've got them. I think we're the only independent store that has them. Wahoo ka-choo for that. So I'm going to put those right there. And I'm going to bring this over. This is a Impresslits, and it is an embossing folder, and it does have that cutout feature where it will die cut this piece out. So it's made of plastic, it's a molded plastic, and that die cutting element is embedded into the plastic. Now, I'd like to think that Sizzix followed my lead. I can't be positive that they did. I can see that. I can't be positive that they did, but I'd like to think so, because when they do this piece of metal, they've got this whole piece right here of metal just for this little cut edge, which means this is all usable metal. They have included dies, because that's what I do. If there's metal, I use it. And these dies happen to stay sparkle and shine. So instead of just tossing this metal away, in most of their Impresslits, they're going to give you little elements in there to add to, which is kind of nice. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right? Anytime you're going to get a little something more that you weren't expecting, well, wahoo ka-choo. Now, how do these work? I'm going to set this one right there. How do these work? Easy peasy. Let's start with just embossing it. And I've got a piece of white paper, and I close it up, put my white paper in. Now I do need to bring my die cutting machine over. What die cutting machine do you have? Do you have a Cuttlebug? Do you have a Big Kick? Do you have a Vagabond? Do you have a Big Shot? Now, Big Shots and Big Kicks are the same thing. Do you have a I have no idea, a Crafter's Companion? What do you have? However it is that you normally do your embossing folders through your machine is exactly how you're going to do them, even though it has that little cutting feature. So I'm going to open up. I've got my Sizzix multi-purpose platform here, and it doesn't matter if you have the small one or the large one. Your machines now come with the large one. The small one is an added buy. You have to buy this separately. But we like them because about 90 to 95% of everything we do fits on this, and it's a little bit easier to manage. Now, the directions on what will work with which tab is right on the top of it. So if I open to tab 1, I'm going to see embossing folders, and that's going to tell me that this is the tab that I need to be on. Then I'm going to put my first plate down, whether it be a cut plate or a do not cut plate, it doesn't matter because an embossing folder doesn't cut at all. I'm going to put my second clear plate on, so another cut pad or do not cut pad, it doesn't make a difference. And then I'm going to send it right on through my machine. And I'm just going to roll, 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 roll. Now right now I am using 100-pound paper. So 100 pound on the paper. And there we go. Can you see the detail on it? So it embossed that design and then it cut out my little center, which then I could take my small words that came with it, the sparkle and shine, and cut those out and put those on the inside of my card. I could pop it up. It's whatever I want to do. They're kind of like a freebie. You're getting a twofer. You love the embossing folder, and the extra goodies that they give you are an added bonus. But what if we wanted to take this and do more with it? Okay, let's do more with it. Now I'm going to bring over my magic paper, and this is color core paper, which means, oh, and it's not even open, it's a new one. Ooh. All right. They don't often give me a new one. So magic paper is all black on the top, but the back is colored. Now, why would we do that? Why would you want black on the top and a color on the back? That's because we are going to sand it. So let me grab my scissors and let's grab a piece of, I'm gonna pull this one out and I'm gonna show you. Now, if you cut it, it still just looks like black paper, but if you tear it, that color comes through. So it's not like a solid core piece of paper. Your basic cardstock would be solid core piece of paper, where if you tear it, it's the same blue on the top as it is on the back. Magic, or my chocolate paper, is a color core paper, and that allows you to tear or sand to a different color, the color that is on the back. So let's take this and, oh, I didn't do a very good job on my cut. Okay, looks good to me. Let's take this. And you always know that your top has the word Sizzix on it. So the top of your embossing folder is the one that has what they call indexing. And indexing is allowing you to see the image. If your embossing folder has the printed image on it, that's always the top. And that's where you want to see the paper. If you had a patterned paper and you wanted to make sure that that pattern is what got embossed, you would make sure you could see that patterned paper face up and that the Sizzix or the other logos from whomever is made your embossing folder is facing you. That's what you want to see. So I'm going to bring my machine back over. And like I said, I'm going to start easy peasy. So those of you who have never seen an embossing folder before and never seen a die cutting machine before, this is just a beautiful way to create. And I'm gonna roll it through. And it's an easy roll. Put this back over. Pop it out, but it doesn't look like much until you start to sand. I've got a sand it gadget. Now, coordinations, they don't make these anymore. The new ones are coming completely blank. They have no coordinations logo on them anymore because coordinations isn't making the paper anymore, which is why I went out and found the paper to make the paper, because I wanted the paper. We used to buy magic and chocolate from a company, from Coordinations, and they discontinued it. So we went out and found it and manufacture it ourselves now. But there's still no reason to manufacture the block. Doris is manufacturing the blocks. So if I can find the product from a manufacturer, then I don't need to make it myself. It's the things that I can't find, the things that nobody else is making. Those are the things I go out to manufacture myself, like the magic paper. So now, once I sand it, where that embossing hit, where it was raised, because what you've got is a positive and a negative. You've got a raised edge here, and you've got embossed crevices in here where the two meet together. And when you put your paper in there and you close it up and you send it through your machine, regardless of what kind of embossing folder it is, who makes it, doesn't matter. They're all made the same. The paper that's in there, when it goes through the pressure of your die cutting machine, it's going to be forced into the little crevices that match, making an embossing. And that's pretty wonderful because it's got this feel to it. It's got texture to it. Embossing used to be done with a light box. Yes, a light box. Who would have ever thought, right? And you would get a stylus and a stencil, and you'd put your paper down and your stencil down, and you'd sit there with a little stylus and go into it and make your embossing. But embossing has become so much easier with embossing folders, and now they've taken them one step further by making them a cut and emboss folder, where you can have that cut edge come out, and then you can back it onto something, and then you can put the words in there, or you can stamp something in there. We are going to make a shaker card out of this. But for those who have never seen embossing before, there it is. And those who have never seen sanding before, there it is. And color core paper, very hard to come by. Currently we have magic and we have chocolate. So the chocolate is just like magic, only it is all in your shades of browns with colors on the back. Okay, so now I want to take another step. I want to go a little bit more adventurous with you because these so far, these are easy peasy. Let's play a little bit more. And I think I'm going to change it up. I think I'm going to use this embossing folder, this Impresslit. And what's nice about actually both of these is that you can do them horizontal or you can do them vertical. It's however you want to orientate your card, horizontal or vertical. And it's this piece that's going to cut out, which means that there is little added bonuses here. I wonder if I have it here. Let's see, hold on. Little added bonuses. Do I have one here? I'm sure I do somewhere, but there's probably words that fit right in here. I'm looking for it. I'll find it eventually. So we're gonna play with this one. This time I'm going to use ink. And I know many of you have seen this as well, but it always is a good refresher. And I wanna show you how different ink, different colors of ink are gonna change this look dramatically. I mean dramatically. Now I'm using my Prima. So I've got my Color Philosophy from Prima, and these are ink pads. They're dye-based. I like them because they can stack. They're magnetic. Even the lids are magnetic. Very nice. But what I want to show you really quickly for those of you who have them is that Prima went through a packaging change sometime last year. So one type of package, another type of package. I'm believing that this is the new packaging. So even though the packaging is different, the ink is exactly the same. The new packaging, I think, comes with a little plastic lid to it, and the original packaging does not. But that doesn't mean that the original packaging isn't any good. No, it's fabulous. It's just, I think they wanted to really show you the magnetic aspect of them because it really is a nice feature. And then they put the color on the outside, so if it's sitting on your desk and you've got them stacked up, you can see what color it is without having to go like this and try and figure out which color is which. It's right there for you. It's a nice little feature. So I'm going to start with my yellow, and it's Lemonade. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink up my folder. Now, many of you will only ink one side of it. I do the whole darn thing. I do the whole darn thing. And you're like, well, why? Wait, you'll see. You're going to run it through your machine regardless. You might as well ink up the whole thing. Now, I've started with my yellow because it's my lightest color. Then I'm going to come back and hit it with another color, and this one is Peony. And I'm just going to add some color and a little color here of Peony. Now, the nice thing about the colors is that you're not going to contaminate. Because I started with my lighter color first, my darker color is going to absorb the lighter, and it's going to be just fine. So you don't have to worry about contaminating if you start with your lightest color first. Now I've got a piece of paper. I'm going to put it on in. Might not be exactly the right size, but that's okay. Lay it down, close it up, and then let's roll it through our Big Shot. So again, I've got my multi-purpose platform. I'm not doing a thinlit die or a wafer die, so I'm going to open it up and I'm going to find the tab that says, oh yes, embossing folders, there it is. I want to be right on tab number 1, which I think should be tab number 2, but that's a whole nother story. And I'm going to send it on through. It's an easy roll. And it's a one-time roll. You can go back if you want to, just know you don't have to. Let's take this out, move this off to the side, and let's see what we've got. So there's one side. How pretty is that? Now I could just take this and trim this right off. How pretty is that? I don't know if I have a piece of paper to back it on, but remember, I did both sides of my embossing folder. So if I turn it around, which side do you like better? Do you like this side, which is a debossed side and the ink is sitting into that debossed design? Or do you like the embossed side? It's your choice. You get to choose. It doesn't matter which one I like, which one do you like? Because then, oh, I bet I have, then you can take, find a, ooh, okay. Then you can take your beautiful Rinea paper and back it. I don't know, which color do you like? This is Rinea. Okay, so how do you pronounce this? Rinea. When two vowels go a walkin', see the E and the A, two vowels, the first one does the talkin'. So the E is a hard E, Rinea. This is Rinea paper, and it's a foil, but it's a paper foil. So it's got some flexibility, but it will also hold if you want it to. You can twist it and hold it, but then you can move it back. It's not like a traditional foil where if you bend it and dent it, you're done for. This is beautiful paper. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm digging on that. That works for me. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm gonna cut part of that off. Ooh, and I'm gonna cut part of this off because I got it off on the side. Now I can I can either have my card this way. Look at it, isn't that beautiful paper? Or I can have it this way. Which way makes your heart most happy? Because you inked the folder up at the same time, front and back, you have options. You have choices. But okay, you're done with this one. How do I clean it? Baby wipe. Inexpensive baby wipe. Dollar store, Sam's Club, whatever, Costco. They say they don't have Piggly Wigglies anymore. Is that true, that there really aren't any Piggly Wigglies anymore? It was always on my bucket list to get to a Piggly Wiggly. All right, so I've cleaned it up with my baby wipe, and if I want to use it right away, I'm just going to take and dry it with a paper towel. So now I'm going to ink it up in a totally different ink color, and I want to show you the difference. And gosh, I don't know. Well, I think I'm going to do these two colors first, and I might even do three. I'm going to start with my light blue, and this is Bora Bora, probably because that's the color of the water there. I've never been. I'm not 100% for sure, but I'm guessing that that's the color of the water there. I've seen it on TV, and it looks beautiful. So I'm going to ink up the whole thing, and I've started with my lightest color. The Bora Bora is the lightest color that I'm going to be using on this embossing folder. Then I'm going to come back with my chocolate. And I'm going to hit here and there. I'm just going to hit it. I'm not rubbing all over. I'm just going to hit it in some places and add some of that chocolate. And then I'm going to put my paper in. And I'm going to close it up, and I'm going to bring my machine back on over, and I'm going to send it on through. So right now, all I'm using is ink and paper. What ink do you own? Do you have Memento ink? It will work. Do you have Stampin' Up ink? It will work. Do you have Color Philosophy ink? It will work. Do you have some Memento, some Color Philosophy, some Stampin' Up, some Lawn Fawn? Blend them together. It will work. You're not limited as to what company, what manufacturer ink you own. You're limited as to what colors you own. You can mix your brown from Color Philosophy with a blue from Memento, with a yellow from Stampin' Up. As long as you have a nice, lovely range of colors, that's what you need. Doesn't matter if you have everything from the same manufacturer. No, let that go. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so let me trim it on out. And I do have this piece that I could use for something. But let me trim it on out. And I'm just going to freehand my trimming. You probably will take a trimmer to do it. I'm freehanding. And let's see if I can grab, oh, it's so pretty. I'm gonna cut this down just a little bit. Look at how different that looks. But wait, which side do you like better? You have options. Look at how fabulous that looks. This now can be a guy card. Without question, this now can be for a guy, and you can put happy birthday in there, all by changing the color of the ink. So pretty. And look at how beautiful that foil paper is. And yes, it will die cut beautifully. You can die cut words out of it. You can die cut shapes out of it. It is just an all-purpose, lovely, lovely paper. So pretty. But I think I'm going to do really quickly one more. And so I'm going to wipe on down. Wipe, wipe, wipe. And then take my paper towel and wipe, 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 just so it's dry. And then let's do again, only this time I'm gonna do that electric blue. And all over. Look at, can you see that color? Oh my gosh. Can you see that? That's beautiful. What I like about the Color Philosophy ink, and it may be the same with your Tim Holtz Distress inks or your Stampin' Up! Ink. Do you have Tim Holtz Distress? Absolutely, you can do this without question. What I like about the Color Philosophy versus, let's say, a Memento sometimes, is that the colors tend to blend a little bit better. I don't know if it stays wet just a little bit longer or if the formula is just a little bit different, but the colors seem to actually blend as opposed to layer on top. So now I'm going to add a little bit of the brown. And my brown is my darker color. So I came back on top and let's see what we get. You're like that blue, that dark blue and that brown. Well, oh, I missed a spot. I missed a spot. Let's get that, oh, no paper. Let's get that blue right there on that edge just so I don't miss a spot. And let's grab another piece of paper. Well, what the heck. This one got a little smudged, but you're okay with it, right? So let's put our paper in and close it up. And let's send it on through and see what we get. You never know the color combinations you're going to get until you actually put the ink on. So don't be afraid. Right now, all I've used is white paper. That's all I've used. How much white paper do you own? Get your inks out, get your embossing folders out, and start playing with them. See the color combinations that make your heart happy. Try things you wouldn't have tried before. Use colors that you wouldn't think go together. Could they make mud? Sure. Will they all make mud? No, and you may find that the contrast between the colors is really very striking to you. Oh, see, I love this too. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta chop off that little end. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Do I have another piece of paper? Let's see what color I've got over here. Do I like the light? No, I think it needs to be darker. Oh, I don't know if I even like it with the purple. Maybe it does need to be the brown. Maybe it just needs to be the plain brown. Oh, look at how rich is that. But that's just one side. And that's using those two weird colors, the brown and the kind of purpley blue together. What if I turn it over? So pretty. Now maybe with that one. Maybe with that one. Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful. You can sit there and do this all day long. You could just sit in front of the TV and make card fronts, not knowing when you're going to use them, but just because you like playing with the colors. And you have white paper and you have ink, because it doesn't matter what ink you're going to try. I will tell you, StazOn is not your friend on this. You don't want to use StazOn. You want to use a dye-based ink. Yes, dye-based ink, but just beautiful. And just depending on how we turn it over, we have the different looks. And what paper we use on the back, we have different looks. I think it's so regal. Look at the difference between the two. And remember, we started with the red, the very floral and feminine, with the yellow and the orangey red. And then we moved it to a beautiful teal and brown. Get off of there. I don't know what I got on there, but I got it on there. Off. Teal and brown, or the back side. And then we went much darker and much more coverage. All with one embossing folder and some ink. So we have played with embossing folders, and we can tell you that just on white paper, that's what a basic embossing folder will do. The Impresslits by Sizzix are not basic because they have that cutting feature that only a very few embossing folders do. Spellbinders make some, Do Crafts make some, and Sizzix, and they're beautiful. And then we embossed and we sanded. We used my magic paper, and we embossed and then we sanded to bring that embossing up. And then we changed it up entirely and we inked the embossing folder. It's still cutting out that beautiful center for us, but now we're making our own paper. I mean, we really are making our own paper with both of these. We're making our own. So lovely. But then what to do with them now that you've got them? You've played, okay, you've played away and you've made lovely backgrounds, but now what to do with them? Well, we all know that, well, maybe we all don't know, but shaker cards have become a rage, a fad. And there's many different ways to put them together, and I want to show you the way we do it, which we think is easy, fast, simple, and really truly utilizes the Impresslits, or a cut and emboss folder. Because it cuts that piece out for you, it gives you the opportunity to make a shaker card. So let me go ahead, and I think I'm just going to grab another piece of my blue paper. And I'm going to put it in. Or maybe I should use the brown. What do you think? I didn't use, I don't know, decisions. Or maybe I should use the purple. What color of Rinea do I have? Oh no, I have this beautiful blue. Oh yeah, we'll use the blue. Or maybe I should use the brown and the blue. I'm so indecisive. The girls put too much on my table. I tell them, take everything, because I never know exactly what I want to use. But then when I have everything, it's like, oh, what do I use? I just don't know. You know what we're going to do? Maybe we'll do both of them at the same time. And then I can decide which one I like better. What do you mean do both of them at the same time? Well, what if, did I cut it to the right length? Oh, I'm close enough. What if I put 2 pieces in there? This one's got blue on the back. See, same blue. What if I put 2 pieces in there? What's going to happen? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, bring my machine right back on over. I've got my multi-purpose platform open to tab 1. Okay, I don't understand why this isn't tab 1 and this is tab 2, but whatever. I've got my cut plate, or my do not cut plate, down. I've got my embossing folder with 2 pieces of paper in there. 2 pieces and another cut plate over the top, and I'm gonna send it through. Now, because I have 2 pieces in there, it's gonna be a little bit tighter. And I'm gonna roll it on back just because, just to be on the safe side. I'm gonna roll it on back and let's see what happens. Woo! Is it gonna cut it? Take my scissors and snip that one right out. Zoop. And take my scissors and snip that one right out. Zoop. So I've got 1. And same place. 2. Take my scissors and snip that one right out. zoop, and snip it right out, zoop. Okay, so 2 pieces of paper required me to snip. Now, I wonder if I took those same 2 pieces of paper and I rotated. Let's try one more time. I'm gonna put them right back in my embossing folder. Only this time, I'm gonna rotate. What do you mean you're gonna rotate? Well, let me show you. Don't know if it's gonna make any difference, but we might as well do it, right? Bring my machine back over, put my embossing folder on there, my Impresslit, which has that cutting feature built in. Roll it through. It's a little bit tighter because you're doing 2 pieces of paper. Roll it on through. Oh, somebody's calling me. Looks like my son. Okay, so when I rolled it through the first time, I sent it through this way. Now I'm gonna rotate it 1 roll and send it back, and let's see if that will make the cut. Ready? Okay. Let's see if it's any different. Oh yeah, that one came right out. This one, oh, yep, and this one came right out. So, cutting 2 pieces of paper, if you want to do 2 for the price of 1 roll, send it through, rotate it, and send it on back. So I'm going to put this over to the side, and I'm going to grab my Sand It gadget, and I'm going to sand these to bring that embossing up. And that blue paper that's on the back side is what's going to become visible to us. And that's really going to enhance the embossing folder, regardless if it's an Impresslit or a regular Sizzix embossing folder or a Doris embossing folder or a Spellbinders embossing folder. Anytime you have paper that's sandable, it's always very nice. So there's the black, and let's do the brown. So this would make also a great guide card because of the colors that we chose. A great guide card based on the colors that we chose. Get all my fuzz off there. All right. Which color do you like better? They look really cool, don't they? Side by side, they look really cool. But we do have to make a card with them. We have to do something with them. So I suppose I'll just do both of them at the same time. I can do that, right? I'm going to trim these on down just a little bit, just because I used a piece that was a little bit bigger than I needed. So I'm just going to trim these on down. You can use your trimmer. I'm freehanding. I know, I heard the audible gasp. She's what? She's freehanding. Okay, so I trimmed that one down. Now let's do this one. And I think on this one, I'm gonna go and cut here. And I'm gonna cut here. And then I'll cut here. Oh, I'm very tight on that side. All right, I'll have to take these down just a little bit so it's a little bit more uniform to what that side is. Take these down just a little bit. And because they've given you the straight edge as a guide, it's a pretty easy freehand. Okay, So now I have two different looks. I have it cut out and I have the whole piece, which means that I could put this on top. Let's trim you on down just a little bit. So I could have it like this, or I could have it like that. Again, which way do you like better? It's very much the inking scenario. You have options. Which ways do you like it better? That looks pretty cool, right? But so does this. So let's continue on with our shaker card. I'm going to turn them both over and I'm going to grab a piece of acetate. Now acetate is just a thin plastic. That's all it is a piece of thin plastic. And you may have something that from packaging of dyes, thin plastic you can find just about anywhere. We sell 25 sheets of it in a pack and I want to say it's about $13.50. It'll be on a YouTube Yummy. You can stamp on acetate, you can emboss acetate, you can run it through an embossing folder, you can die cut it. There are lots of beautiful things to be done with this. But for today we're just literally going to use it as a window. And I've got a piece there. And a piece here. So this is going to make the window to my shaker card. It's going to make the window to my shaker card because we're going to fill it, but I need a window there first. And how am I going to put this down? Well, you have a couple options. You just need to get it down. So you can absolutely just use some Stacey tape. And depending on what you want to do, you can either just put it right there and right there and not pull the liner up. Just leave it like that for right now. Or you can add Stacey tape directly to your acetate. There. Hopefully I didn't cut this so close. Let's see. Oh, nope, I didn't. So I can take my liner right off, leave the sticky behind, and then put it down to make my window. Either way is fine because honestly, nobody's going to see it when you put it on your card. All that matters is that it's there. That's what matters. Now, the next part is kind of important, without question. I'm going to move these two over and I'm going to bring over self-adhesive foam. This is simply defined self-adhesive foam and we sell it in big sheets and you get 4 sheets per pack. 2 sheets are 2 mil thick and 2 sheets are 3 mil thick. 3 mil thick is about the thickest you can find on the market, and I don't think that there's anybody else that makes a 3 mil that sells it. I don't think that there's any other scrapbooking companies out there. I know they do 2 mil and 1 mil, but I wanted 3 mil because the 3 mil means the dimension, how tall it is. 1 mil, 2 mil, 3 mil. And when you want something to pop, sometimes you really want it to pop. Now I'm going to cut this into some strips. And you can see it cuts easy peasy. Yes, you can die cut it if you wanted to. You can put your die right on top of it and send it through your machine and it will cut the whole piece out. I like having it in sheets because then I can decide how much or how little I want to use. I'm not defined by a 1/4 inch or a dot, or I have the whole area to use. So I've got my strip right there. And the next thing I want to do is I want to take a little bit of baby powder. You're like, baby powder? Yes, baby powder. And I'm going to cut some of this off on the side just a little. Well, I can get my baby powder in there. why do I want to put baby powder on something that's adhesive? Well, I'm going to be using this to make kind of a border around my acetate where I'm going to put my sequins in. So I need, because if I just put my sequins in and put another piece of acetate on top of it, well, they're not going to shake because there's no height, there's no definition to the card at all. You need to give a little bit of space between my two pieces of acetate, and I am going to use 2 pieces of acetate. So I need a little bit of height, but this is sticky. Even the sides are a little sticky. And what takes away sticky? Any kind of baby powder, cornstarch, if you have to, embossing powder that's clear or white, you need some kind of powder to go along here on the edges to take away some of that sticky. So I'm just going to put a little bit down, and I'm going to rub that right on. Right on. Now, I haven't pulled the liners off yet, exposing the rest of the sticky, but I want to get rid of the sticky that's on these sides, because when I put it down, I don't want my sequins sticking to it. So I need to get in there and get it done. And I always do both sides. That way you don't have to remember which side had baby powder or talcum powder or cornstarch or whatever. Doesn't make a difference. And then I'm gonna wipe this up. I may need some more, but I'm gonna wipe it up for right now. All right, then I'm gonna cut myself a couple pieces, and I'm gonna put it right around. I'm just gonna make a little, like a little barrier. And I'm gonna pull off my sticky, and I'm going to put it right down on my acetate. Right down on my acetate. Then I'm going to pull off, cut my other piece of, another one. Pull off my sticky, and again, put it right down on top of my acetate, creating a barrier from top to bottom. So my little sequins can't fall out the bottom of my card, or they can't come out the top of my card, but they still could come out the sides. So I need to add a border to the side. And one more. I'm just a hair tiny itty bitty bit short. So I'm just gonna cut myself a little piece. And that's where it's nice, again, having the sheets, because you can have a big piece, you can have a small piece, you're not limited. And a little bit of powder, because I don't want my sequins to stick to it. Both sides, get both sides. As long as you haven't taken the liner off the top or the bottom, you don't have to worry that you're going to lose your sticky. Now, I will tell you very honestly, my foam, first off, it doesn't compress. When you send it in the mail, it's not going to compress. But more importantly than that, it is not forgiving. When you put it down, it's down. Honest, it's extremely strong. So I'm just going to add my other little wall. Okay, I've got my 4 walls. Now I'm going to take my sequins, and we've got our sequins in from Hampton Arts, and you can just grab some of your sequins. I will tell you, I really wanted to use the newest ones that they have. And you see, because I haven't taken my sticky off, my sequins aren't going to stick to my tape because I haven't taken my liner off yet. I really wanted to use their newest sets. They have 3, but I didn't have enough of them to use in the make and take. These haven't even been released. They're at like 200 Michael's store on a test and us, and I am in love with them. Their normal sets that we've had look like this, and you get 4 different colors, and they have assorted sizes in them, and they're really inexpensive. It's $3.99 for the entire pack, and they all coordinate. It's a lovely pack, and we've had these for a while, but they're bringing these out at Creativation. So we're getting them a little bit early, and I love them. It has stars, it has hearts, it has little butterflies, it has little hexagons, and then these are new. These are like little droplets, like little beautiful droplets that will go in your shaker cards. So pretty, and add a different element because they're not sequins, but then everything coordinates. Love it. So they do it in like the greens and the blues, and then they do it in the warmer colors. Same thing, you've got the stars, and then you've got the hearts, and then you've got the butterflies, and then you've got the, oh, there's the butterflies. This is the hexagons, the butterflies, and then you've got these fabulous little dewdrops that go inside your shaker cards. Love, love, love them. And then their last pack is all beautiful, chunky glitter in all the colors. So that if you wanted to put glitter inside your shakers, you've got the whole rainbow of colors. So these are new for them, and I really, really wanted to use them in the make and take, but I couldn't because we didn't get them in time. They didn't have them in time. They weren't expecting me to use them. Surprise! I have to give it up to Lynn at Hampton Arts. I called and she said, yep. And she got them to us right away. Bless her pea picking heart. So now I am just filling my little well with different, and I could do the same on this side. So I'm going to cut my piece, because I might as well make two. I already went that far on this one. And, ooh, I cut mine a little thick, but that's okay. And let's make our little well. So a little bit of baby powder, talcum powder, embossing powder, that is, you know, whatever you, nobody's going to see it. So even if you didn't have white or clear embossing powder, fine, use a different color because nobody's going to see it. It's going to be hidden underneath the card. Just get in there and add. I always do both sides. That way I don't have to worry. Okay, and then let's wipe that up. And let's cut our pieces. So remember I have, oh, Stacey. Okay, well, we'll just remember I have two different looks. I have the blue or the black and the brown. Let's just put those right back on in. Did I just do that? Well, it's a good thing that they're sequins and not glitter. Yeah, that would have been fun cleanup. Clean up aisle 3, please. Stacey was here. All right. I crack myself up sometimes. All right, so they're all back in place. Now let's do this one, and let's get this one done real quick. So I need one here. So let's put one border down here. Ooh, am I too close? Am I too close? Oh my God. Oh, just by the hair of a chinny chin chin. And let's put one on this side. And then one here, so I make a nice well. And then one on this side. Used a little bit more than necessary, but that's all good. And then let's fill it up with some pretty, let's add some darker ones to this one. Fill it on up with whatever makes your, however makes your heart happy. We'll add some of those here too. Okay, now we're ready to close it up. And to close it up, we just need to take that acetate sheet. And we need to cut 2 pieces that are going to cover. I'm pretty sure that's pretty big, but that's okay. Again, nobody's going to see it. All right. So then I'm going to take 2 pieces of acetate and close it on up. Pull off my sticky. Pull off my sticky. Expose the sticky of the foam. Make sure my little sequins are all in the middle. And then take my acetate and lay it right on the top. So cute. Now, I am told that the acetate has a little bit of static to it. And so sometimes the little sequins will stick to the acetate. And Elena, SMS girl Elena, tells me that if you take a fabric dryer sheet and you wipe your acetate down, that will get rid of the sticky. Now, what did I do with my other piece of acetate? Oh, it's right on top. Gosh, see, it's clear. I couldn't tell. So I suppose if you took a dryer sheet, let's pretend that this is a dryer sheet, and you wiped your acetate down, my understanding is that that's going to get rid of some of that static. And see, look, they want to cling to it. And that will keep them from clinging to your acetate. Expose my sticky. And put right down on top. Oh, I grabbed one of them, but that's okay. So cute. Shaker cards are just darling. Everybody loves them. And you can fill them with almost anything, honest to goodness. Okay, so now let's finish it out. I had my 2 pieces of, I had this one and I had this one. And now to keep that popped feel, I'm going to take a little bit more of my foam, cut me a hunk, and I'm just going to add it to the edges. So 1, and it doesn't even have to be in cute little triangles like this. You just need to get yourself a square or something, and I don't care if the edges are sticky because I'm not worried about my cute little sequins holding to it. So I don't have to worry about using any talcum powder at all. And then three and 4. So let's get these down. And what that's going to do is keep the dimension of the card, because you've already got dimension here. So you've got to keep the dimension of the card by putting it here. Otherwise, your paper is going to kind of push down into your matting paper, and that's not what we want. Okay, now let's peel the top layers off. So again, the foam is 3 mil thick, which is thicker than I think you're going to find anywhere else. I was really specific with how thick that foam needed to be because I really wanted that dimension. And I really wanted to be sure that it did not crush when you mail. Ha ha ha, isn't that so cute? Love, love, love. But let's finish the other one. So this time, let's grab another piece. I'm going to go a little bit thinner. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the top and on the sides, just to keep it from kind of going down. So I'm going to put one there and one here. And when you're sending something in the mail, is this going to cost you extra postage? Yep, probably, because it's thick. But if you're going to spend that extra postage, you don't want it to get there and then find out that it crushed down. That defeats the whole purpose. That takes away all the ooh and the ah. All right. So I suppose I could have done the whole thing in foam, but that's a lot of foam and I'm not willing to waste my foam. And even now I probably have more foam than I need on this because the foam is super strong and it's not going to crush down. It's also non-forgiving, so when you put it down, you better like where you put it because it isn't going to go anywhere after that. And then I can turn it. And I can mat it. And now my shaker cards are ready for a card base, just depending upon which way I like them. Love doing shaker cards. And I love using embossing folders because there's so much variety. You can do so much with them just using white paper. They give you so many options using quite a few of the tools you already have. And again, these are the Impresslits by Sizzix, but this technique will work with any embossing folder. It's just nice that their Impresslits are a cut and emboss. There's not a lot of these out on the market. Like I said, Do Crafts came out with them first, and then Ellison came out with some, and Spellbinders has some, but really that's all that's out there. And yet, the versatility of them is absolutely amazing. Could you imagine this as a shaker card? Beautiful, beautiful. Or if you just have your sandable paper, you're good too. Or even your white paper or your colored paper if you just want to add that texture to whatever you're making. And again, because they have the frame in them, you can even use them easily in your scrapbook to mat pictures. Because all you've got to do now is put your picture right behind it and you've got a mat for your beautiful scrapbook. Use what they're giving you. Use the tools that they're giving you to the best advantage for everything that you craft. Don't just think card making, think altered art and scrapbooking and banners. Wouldn't these be fabulous for banners? Because then you can layer your letters in between. Go ahead and put your little eyelets or your holes up here, string them together, and because they've put that cut in there for you, it's ready to go. Somebody's birthday with the little diamonds, a sweet 16 birthday, and everything's all bling. How cute would that be to make table decorations and put the numbers 16 or whatever table they're at? They're just universally accessible to everybody depending on what die cutting machine you have. Big Kick, yes. Big Shot, yes. Vagabond, yes. Sizzix Pro, yes. Sizzix Plus, yes. Platinum, yes. Crafter's Companion, sure. What do you have a Kaisercraft die cutting machine? Absolutely. Do you have, what die cutting machine do you have? If it takes embossing folders now, it's going to take these as well and give you tons of options. Gosh, this would be pretty for a wedding. To do the table numbers on the inside, that would be beautiful. And you could even fold it in half and then you could trim your sides, fold it in half, and then have a piece of paper coming up with the table, with the names of the seating arrangements. And because you're using ink, you're going to match your wedding colors perfectly. There is so much to do with these. Okay, I have got oodles and oodles of samples for you, and let me try and get through them because they are absolutely beautiful. So we have got the birthday cake. Isn't that so cute? There's the birthday cake. Here is the sample to go with it. Darling, right? Absolutely darling. Then we have the hot air balloon, and the little words are adventure awaits. And here is your sample. Beautiful, right? Cute little shaker. Love, love, love. These are all Sizzix products. Then we have the honeycomb type. And again, they give you little dies, a little honeycomb die and little bees. And I mean, they really do give you a lot of little extras. And here it is. And look, there's that honeycomb die that they give you. It fits right behind the windows. How cute is that? There's a shaker window up here and down there, and these are popped. Is this not darling? Love, love, love. What is this one called? Sweet friend, I guess, because you get the words sweet friend also. Love this one. So very happy. And here we have the heart. And the words you get is love it all. And here is the sample. Pretty, right? And here we have Love Blooms, I think it is. Let Love Bloom. And here is the sample. Aren't they so cute? And then we move on. Now some of these are brand spanking new. So this will be the first time you're seeing them. And I do believe that this is a brand spanking new. It is Happy Birthday. I don't know that there's too many places that currently have this available to them. We do. Thank you, Sizzix. Thank you, Ellison. And you get the balloons, and you get the happy birthday piece that fits in there. It cuts the center. It's the cutest little thing ever. Look at this. And again, if you had done this in the blues and the browns or the greens or more manly colors, this is totally a guy card. Absolutely. And it is brand new for Sizzix. It's one of the new releases. And it's all on sale. It's on a YouTube Yummy, all of these. We have the I Want It All, and we have them in open stock. Here's the one I was playing with today. So on gold paper, and then made into a shaker. Right? This is the geometric that I was playing with today, and Diamond Geometrics is what they call it. And then another brand new one. Brand new. And this one we are going to be featuring in our Black Saturday event here at the store. This is Magic of the Season. Brand spanking new. And you, if you're able to get to our store, this is very close to the free make and take that you are going to be able to do. Isn't that beautiful? Brand new. Love, love, love. And then we have the cutest with the emojis. And they give you the little emojis, and that's what you use for the confetti if you wanted to do a shaker card. They give you the little emojis to make the shaker card with. Oh my gosh. And it comes with the It's Your Birthday. And then we have another new one. I don't know if It's Your Birthday is new or not. I can't remember. This one's Season of Joy. So we're releasing these now so that there's still time to get them to you for Christmas. It'll be early December before you get them, but it would still be time to get them for Christmas. So pretty. And that's foiled. A little bit of glue, put the foil down, pull it up, and it's beautiful. Season of Joy. And then we have our coffee. The cute little coffee cup with all the little drop-ins that you can decorate your coffee cup with. And it's called Thanks a Latte. Well, you're so welcome. How cute. Okay, Lisa M. and Carmen, this is screaming your name. Those are two locals who, well, they know why I'm telling them this is screaming their name. Super cute. And then we have our last one, which I have lots and lots and lots of samples of. I think this one might be new. Maybe this is the other new one. Doesn't look like much there. But look at it here. Is that beautiful? Oh my gosh. Or do you like this one better? That tree is gorgeous, and then it gives you all the little, the die cut to all the little flowers and the word thanks. Okay, somebody didn't put the, I'm just gonna FYI, they didn't put the baby powder on the inside, so all of the pretty little embellishments are sticking. This is exactly why you use the baby powder. Can you see all those down there? They're not moving. So if you use some kind of powder, that way your shakies will still shake. How pretty. And then we have a winter. Beautiful, right? Ah, see, we have all 4 seasons. Here's fall. All 4 seasons with this. So you get your spring, summer, winter, and fall. So here's your summer, and that sand in there, very cute. So you have winter and spring. So spring, summer, fall, and winter, all out of one embossing folder. So super cute. All right, and then we have one lowly one that I don't have any samples for. We just didn't get time to do it, but it's so cute too. Really pretty. All right, you guys. So that was a lot to go over. I hope you learned something. I hope you remembered something that maybe you forgot. I'm gonna tilt on back. White paper and some ink and your embossing folders, and even better if they're an Impresslit or a cut and emboss, because then it takes it to this whole new level. You pull out your inks, doesn't matter who makes the ink. Is it a dye-based ink? Do you have a color box dye-based ink and a Tim Holtz Distress ink and a Stampendous, Stampin' Up ink and Memento ink and some of the Prima ink? You're limited by the colors, not by the manufacturer. So don't feel badly if you're mixing your inks and going, oh, am I gonna ruin them? No, you're not, I promise. Then get your white paper and ink up those embossing folders and play with these Impresslits and make a few shaker cards. They're really fun, and once you start thinking about all the different things you can fill it with besides sequins. But if you love, love, love sequins, well then we have the Hampton Arts for you. And the Rinea paper is lovely. It's beautiful, and I've done a couple YouTubes with it. You will not be disappointed in their beautiful paper. So remember that we are going to be donating a portion of the SMS profits from this YouTube to the Victims Fund for Thousand Oaks. And you can find all of these things at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look in the YouTube Yummies category. I appreciate you staying with me and hanging with me, even if you already knew all of this. There's so many new crafters out there that we need to welcome into our community. And Give them the opportunity to feel successful from the very first thing that they make. Because when you feel successful in something that you've done, the joy comes out of you and you want to create more. And then you start giving your things away and people are so blown away that it makes your heart full. It makes your heart happy, but more importantly, it makes your heart full. And right now I think that's something that we all need. So it is me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.